Okay, thank you. Okay, I just shared my screen. Let me know whether you are able to see it or not. Okay, so AI pen testing series 3. In this module, we are going to see about supply chain vulnerability in AI. Okay, so this is the topic which we are going to discuss today. And about me, my name is Michael Joshua. I'm the founder and CEO of 𝐕𝐔𝐋 Cybersecurity. And today we are going to explore all these topics, exploring the supply chain attacks and defenses. So what is supply chain vulnerability? And we are going to talk about what is type of squaring attack. Then exploit real world simulations, step-by-step attack simulations. And then we will see the how we are going to building and uploading the malicious page. What would be the attack of those type of squaring attack? Then we will analyze the vulnerable code in the LLM APIs. And after that, we will see about we are going to see about two tools in this. That is PIP audit and PYPI scan. What we are going to use PIP audit, auditing the Python libraries, and PYPI is all about to detect the type of squaring attacks. So these are the topics which we are going to cover here. First thing first. So we are going to understand what is supply chain attack. What actually? Before that, why the hackers are using the supply chain vulnerability, and they do use type of squaring attacks, and because they want to modify the official library. See, most of us, we do download a lot of tools in the GitHub. We never know what are the libraries are utilized in those GitHub. We just randomly download and install it, and whatever it is, requirements.txt or whatever it comes into, we completely ignore what are the other libraries are hidden inside the tools. We just blindly download and install it. So in that case, we what would be the attack scenarios happens? So that is what we are going to see here. So first thing is, here we will talk about supply chain. Supply chain vulnerabilities we have seen in different areas. So we will see that what is supply chain vulnerability. So here, so whatever the dependencies, when we download a software and it needs certain dependencies. Without that dependencies, that software or that tool won't run. So in that case, we are called them as dependencies. Without that dependencies, nothing will run. So to run that tool, we will incorporate all those libraries which is required. Then, but how it relevant to LLMs? There are n number of applications today. They are using the LLMs into their applications. In that case, they are also using the Python libraries behind the screen to build the models and to run the models. They are all using the Python libraries. That is how, if there is a risk or if there is any vulnerabilities present in one of those libraries, then this supply chain vulnerability will be come up. Okay, and next we see what is type of squatting attack. So anybody has have heard about this type of squatting attack? Can you please rise? So let me explain it. What is type of squatting attacks? So here we will see that now before we download any tools, we see most of the tools are there in the GitHub, or maybe in the Python libraries. PYPI is the common libraries which has the Python has its libraries. Somewhere, for example, Apple is certain library, and at the same time there are another thing will be there, APPLE, that is Apple. APPL instead of E, they turned into 3, similar to phishing, right? if there is any misspelling happen, the attacker create a similar page and name it as Apple 3, and here Apple as a normal words. Because of smaller mistake at the end of that word, the entire scenario or the victim might download that particular libraries and install it. With that, there will be huge impact will be coming up, because those malicious packages comes as a security breaches or that compromise the software. That is called type of squatting attack. So I will deeply explain this attack further. Okay, so here what we are going to take here is, it's a library called request library. So here what is request library? This is a library. Just focus on that request, not it's a request. REQUESTS.G. Just focus on the yes. Okay, because I will tell you what would happen after that at the yes. This request is a popular library. The use of that library is to send the HTTP requests easily, right? This will help you to interact with the web servers and APIs without dealing with any low-level details. So that's the main usage of the request, is to access the web resource and APIs. It can send data and JSON payloads, and it can handle the authentications. But what happens? So what I'm going to do here is, I'm just cloning that particular request to my local device. So in that, once I clone that, what I'm moving to the request. I'm going to edit that particular code. I will tell you why we are going to edit that code. Request is a normal library. It has its own functionality, and we are going to navigate to the Python cookies.py. In that, we are going to edit, and we are going to insert a malicious code and going to create in the name of request. See, this is a request. Okay, I'm going to use a similar name, but I'm going to remove this yes. For that, I'm just moving to the request and edit with that cookies.py. This cookie.py is present inside the request folder. Okay, once I enter into that, I will show you. Don't worry about that. At the end of the session, I will show it in a practical way. So we have a lab which is already available in the internet. Okay, I just want to explain you how that scenario works. Okay, so we downloaded the entire code basis of request library. Now we are changing that. Okay, now what is that exactly this code talks about? This is the we are going to analyze, right? The first function, if you see, extract cookies to jar, it contains what it is going to do. In that there are three parameters it passes: jar, request, and responses. So what that jar means? Jar is where the cookies are stored. Okay. When you use the web applications, it goes a request and response, right? That's a HTTP request and response. What that particular request, that library, when you send a request, you will get a multiple parameters, multiple headers will be there in the HTTP response. In that, we are going to pick specifically the cookie headers. What is the ultimate aim of this malicious code? Okay, I am going to capture the values which are present inside the set cookie. Inside the set cookie, there are any number of cookies values will be present. So, for example, session or like maybe usernames and whatever may be present inside that, we are going to capture that. For that, I'm going to use this malicious code. Here, extract cookies to jar, whatever the values present in the cookies, that should be stored in the jar. That jar stores the cookie value. For that, we are going to use jar, request, and response. Jar is the place where the cookies are stored, and the request is the place where the original HTTP requests are present. And the response, it contains the whatever the responses. For that, it uses the response like URL lib dot HTTP response. So all those libraries it uses. Okay, and then so you may ask, what is URL lib3? This is a low-level client library that mainly used for to send the HTTP and HTTPS requests. It handles the responses, and this mainly for SSL and TLS. A lot of functionalities are present inside these URL lib dot HTTP responses, and our main focus is on here. And with that, we are going to extract the cookie and we have to save it. For that, we are using this one, jar dot extract cookies request and response. See, jar, what is jar? In this jar only we already extract the cookies and store, and that we are going to extract only that request and response. Then what we are going to do here, we are going to have one more lines. In that lines, what we are doing, split, we are using a split -m. So what that means, whatever means, it splits the request string into list of lines like 1, 2, 3. If it finds out, this is the code which they have written here. Whatever the lines, the starts with set cookie, you see, extract the cookie string, and the line has starts with set cookie, and this will be splitted into next lines. So in the response, if it sees, if the line starts with set cookie, then it will capture that, and next it will be placed in the next line. So one line by line. So as per this code, this will not capture the entire responses. It's focused mainly on the cookies. The place, the set cookie, and then whatever the value it has, it will capture and store it in the cookies string. then the next part is very much important. Next, the JSON data, it has the JSON dump the cookie data. Whatever the cookie collects, the data, it will be stored in the JSON data. So the next is response. What is the response? In the response, which we are going to do, what we are going to do here is, we are going to send the post value to this particular, this is the hacker's server. Okay, in this server, which we are going to, whatever the values which we have collected so far, what is the value? That is set cookie, then the values, then the headers, what are the content type, application type. Along with that, we are sending the data equal to JSON.data. The data, that is a cookie value, we are sending that to this server. Okay, so this is what we have written, and what we are going to do, we are going to attach that in the, but actual request libraries different. But what we are doing here is, we are adding the malicious code inside that library, and then we are going to build it. Okay, so that's a malicious value. I hope everybody's got clear that. I'll let you know once you see that output, you will be able to understand it. Okay, so next, what we are going to do, we have added that malicious code. Now what we need to do, we have to change the title. So this is the package. So where we are going to do, like, this is a title .py, and then the same path, request source request. In that, instead of request, as I already told you, request REQUSTS, I am just removing that, only I put request. So this is the new package I have created instead of the request. Okay, I just changed it, the meta variable here. Now after that, we need to build it. Okay, we have inserted the malicious code. I have changed the name into request yes to yes. Now I am just building that package. How I am building that package? Python 3 -module, the module which I am using, that's a virtual environment. I am creating the virtual environment, and I am, the path is the path to the new virtual environment. and then what I'm doing, I'm just activate that path, activate that virtual environment, and I'm building that, and I'm using that module, and then I'm building that. Okay, so sorry. Okay, once after that, this package will get built. So what we need to do next, we have to upload this package to that common folder. Okay, so before that, I want to explain you what is PYPI. PYPI stands for Python Package Index. What it does? It has, if you see in Python, it's a global package. It has all the software packages all present inside that PYPI. So the developers can use that to share their libraries and then publish all those libraries, frameworks and tools. All these are present in this Python package index. So you can easily install the package using this package management tools like pip. So those things will simplify the process of integrating the third-party functionality into your Python projects. So that is what PYPA stands for. Okay, now we have build the packages. What we are going to do here, we are going to upload. To upload that package, what we are using here is about twin. We are using the twin. So twin, upload, and then dist. Why we are using the dist star? The dist star is, it's all about we are uploading the files to that dist folder. Okay, after that, now we have completed everything. Okay, what is our next step is, we have to check how that works. Here the thing is, see, for example, pip install request the sense, like for certain case scenarios we might miss the spelling, right? Pip install instead of any other tools, for example nmap. So nmaps or nmap, the person who already know that, it's fine. Certain cases, if I misspell something when I type faster, I could be able to misspell nmap or nmaps instead of ma, I could type double p or something. If I click enter, at that time, if there is any particular libraries are present in that, it might get installed. Okay, that's the main thing. So this kind of typo squatting is like, if there is any, if I unintentionally sometimes make mistakes, so at that time this might install without my awareness. So here pip3 install request, what would happen? So the request will get installed. What after that will happen? This is the outcome of the attack. So this is the servers. This is attacker. Attacker just look into their server. What will happen? Each time the request goes and the response coming back, this will get registered at the attacker server. If you see here, it says, see, whatever the code which we have written on the libraries has been executed at the end of the victim side. So here it is. What's the main source? This is ahelper.livemail.com. What is that? So this is LLM based tool. This is LLM based tool. Then it is used by the live mail. This is mail service. They are using the LLM. So what is the purpose of that application is to manage and extract the data from the emails. It automatically extracts the data from the emails. That is what it does. So it uses the headers, right? So in that, I'm just going to capture only the set cookie value. That set cookie value, what it contains. If you see here, it captures all the session tokens here. With that session token, the impact, whatever I can see next, it happens to the chatbot research, and again, session token has been captured, and like that, it captures each cookie values. So that's the purpose of that library. But the attacker never the victim never knows that that particular kind of library installed in his machine. So that's the output of this outcome. So here, what we can do with that session token, we'll be able to do the session hijacking, and sometimes the hackers will sell that token to dark web. So we see that the vulnerable code, we will analyze this vulnerable code here. How that particular library is invisible to the victim, because he has downloaded a different thing. Instead of request, he has downloaded the request thing. But how come he's unaware of that particular library is is not visible, or if there is some pop-up or whatever the other action scenarios might be happened, right? But nothing has come in front of him. Everything runs properly. Whatever he has expected from the request also running. Why this has happened? Because see here, the attacker has invoked the actual request, the actual library also inside the code. If he didn't involve this request, then there may be some flash or maybe some fraud might come in front of the victim. But how trickly he has involved is he has added that actual request, actual library into that code. He has imported the request. Okay, and the other things are same. There is nothing. Here, the response equal to request.post, the LLM endpoint, JSON equal to prompt, and everything works fine. But actually, what he has done is he has invoked all the things. Means the request things are actually runs. There is no change will happen. So now, what would be the mitigation for that? We have analyzed the code, and if we see that nothing has evoked or nothing has been prompted for attacks, nothing has happened. Like how we will be able to analyze that? For that, we can use this tool called pip3 install pip audit. That's a pip audit tool. What is pip audit tool? So pip audit tool is mainly used to analyze the libraries. See, we can do two things here. One thing is we have to depend on automated tools as well as the manual review. Both are required. We cannot completely depend on only the pip audit will help you to find everything. No, we should also manually review the libraries. We never know how many libraries we have downloaded. I will tell you how we will be able to see when we download n number of libraries while we install the tools. So first thing is we can use pip audit tool. This is an automated tool which scans the libraries. Let us know what are the vulnerabilities are present inside that package. So if you see here, after I run the pip audit, it says that we found 39 known vulnerabilities in the 20 packages. So this is how it finds. And not only this is not only to that third-party libraries, it also covers in the LLM part if there are any insecure plugins that holds. Also, it has any data or model positioning or that. So it covers also that. If there are any other libraries associated with that insecure plugins, also this will help you to identify that. Then we have another tool. So see, I'm just passing to the next tool. I will show you some practicals so that everything else, like whatever we have done practical, we have now captured that screenshots. I will show you at the end of this session. Okay, so next thing is PYPI scan. What is PYPI scan here? This will scan all the libraries. Like, so this one is pip audit scans only the libraries which is already present in our environment. But what PYPI scan does is this will scan all the libraries for which is very relevant to typo squatting attack. Before that is just scan the libraries, but this one PYPI scan, it detects whether there is any libraries which will be fall into type of squatting attack. So for that, what we are using, like we just clone that library, IQT Labs PYPS scan.git, and then we install that requirements.txt. So means again this requirements.txt has its all the dependencies to run this PYPI scan tool. After that, what I am trying to do here, I try to run this command python main.py and check for this module request whether it is vulnerable to type of squatting attack. After that, Python, so whatever main.py, whatever the which program which you has Python, then you can run in such a way. And it says that at the end, it says it try with all those possibilities: request 2, request q, request 2, request 3, request 5, request RSTs, request here it add, or at the the last one, the 28 probability, it found that yes, it has the type of squatting attack. That is, the request is present here. Okay, so with that we will be able to identify if there is any libraries that goes for a type of squatting attack. Okay, so this is all about, and I will show you the practical one which we have worked out. Okay, so because I am just explaining this, since this needs to be basic understanding of this. Everything whatever I have shown you, everything is present in this. You can use this for your hands-on. And next classes I will show you which we have created our own libraries, like vulnerable libraries for a LLM application, that is a banking kind of applications. We have created our own, and I don't want to directly take you there, but instead of that, I just want to explain this, how the type of squatting as well as the supply chain vulnerabilities are happening. Okay, so for that you can use this labs. You can work it by yourself. See, this is the things. Okay, as like I said, this is the original library. So how we can get it, like git clone, and then we have to get the request.git. When I use this, this gets downloaded. Okay, and after that I just want to edit the code. How I can perform that? I just have to move to the request. It's already downloaded, and I have to edit that cookies.py. Okay, the next steps is you have to understand the malicious code. So as I already explained you all this malicious code, you can also go through this link and explore all those scenarios. Building the packages, the package metadata is this. As like I said, this is the request which we have done, right? So we have changed from the request S to T. That's the change we have done. And next, this we have to build the package. How we have to build the package? We have to create the virtual environment, and then we have to activate it, then build. If we do that, yes, this will get build. Okay, so with that we have to build the package. So twin, we use twin, upload, and then dist. Yes, we have uploaded that package, and then we have to verify the package verification. For that, we just, as a victim perspective, if I install this pip3 install request, yes, it has been successfully installed. There is nothing, no detection has happened here. So this is the output. Once the victim has executed, then the attacker will be able to get these cookies, the session tokens. Each time the request goes and it captures the response and send it to the hacker's server. Okay, this is the cookie. The next time it didn't send the entire response values. It sends only that particular header, that is a cookie values it took. So whatever, if you want, you can edit it. It's not only that cookie, whatever the information, that post information, and like the body, whatever you need, you can change it. So in our cases, what we have done, we try to capture the entire response of the bank. For example, in LLM, I'm asking that please provide me the recent transactions. In that case, it will provide, as the victim will get the message that this is your recent response, or this is your recent transactions. In that case, see, if you are able to capture the entire response, we will be able to identify that. That's what we have done our one. For that LLM, whenever the victim receives the responses, we will be able to capture that. Here they have captured only the cookies, but what we have created is we will be able to capture the entire response with the juicy information which we get with the LLMs. So that is what we have made. We have customized. Then we have analyzed this code. This is the code, vulnerable code, and then the mitigation part is, so as like I explained earlier, pip audit. So we have to install the pip audit first. So we install this pip audit functionality. So what it says that then we need to run this part. We can directly run pip audit. See here, it scans the entire libraries and it will tell us it found 39 known vulnerabilities in that 20 packages. It scans the entire package and tells. What happens in our cases, certain cases, it doesn't know what vulnerabilities are existing because we have manually created our own libraries, right? So in that case, that would say that unknown library. So you should be able to identify that, okay, there is an unknown library. We have to go inside and manually have to check what that library says. Okay. Yes. So after that, so we have to use this one, PYPI scan.
Josh, this is Subhajit.
Hi, Subhajit. Yeah, Subhajit. Yeah.
So one very basic question, like how can you make this Kontra app, like this thing is freely available? Because when I was trying for few months back, it was asking for like we need to book a demo subscription, all this thing they are talking about. But
not required. Not required. I will tell you. The last step, I finish it and I will explain you how we can.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So next thing is like we have to run this Python main.py. So we identified that there is a request library was identified as typo squaring attack. So this is how we can do. Okay, so Subhajit, I can come to your question. Just go to the Kontra labs. So we have multiple. So recently they have updated actually. If you see that, 3 to 4 days back, they have different labs. But now they have updated everything. The supply chain. Just nothing. Go there, click it. You will be able to use it. You don't have to log in or anything else.
But if you go next, I think
now
click on the next.
Chain. Yeah.
Next, after 2-3 next, they'll ask for. Actually, for me, what is happening when I'm just performing 2-3 steps. After that, they are asking for booking a demo and all these things, subscription.
Not required. So what I have shown you is entirely free one.
Okay.
I didn't log in or anything. Even I didn't log in also. See here, I go to free exercise. I just click on OWASP LLM and I move for the supply chain.
Okay. Got it. In LLM, actually, Kontra Lab, I understood. What is the new things are there? Na, it will be free. Got it. But if you check for others on like web application and all these things, it will not be free.
Okay.
Like what are the newly added, it will be completely free.
Yes.
But other things will not be completely free.
Yeah, maybe, because now we found something very interesting things over here. If you see, we have analyzed around 14 to 15 labs. Like a Kontra, we have analyzed 14 to 15. But in that case, Kontra is having very good understanding. If you start
very good
establishing-
understanding, and it has like I am using this Kontra for the last 3-4 years, and previously they have completely free everything like web application and all these things, API and front end related things also. But
Okay.
now they have like, which is the old lab, like mostly used lab, they make it premium version.
Yes. They might have, but even like now, 4 to 5 days before also, they have complete different labs. And they have now they have changed the entire LLM top 10 of these LLMs. Again,
LLM
we have
newly added 2-3 months back.
Yes, the entire like the contents which we have provided 4 to 5 days back, right? That was different. Now they have changed the entire scenarios. The supply chain, data model positioning, everything has been changed now. Okay. So the thing is like we can work on those things. We just use this as a basic, and we have created our own LLMs. Now we have our own LLM application, and we have involved this how we can do some library kind of attacks. So we almost depend on the GitHub, right? We download the tool and all. We never know what are libraries are behind the scenes. We just download it and install it. Whatever the requirements.txt says, completely we trust them. But we need to understand how that works, how we can scan them. So in the next sessions and all, we will show you those scenarios, like what we have customized for our own applications.
Do you know any other labs like this, available in internet, like Kontra?
Yes, a lot of number of applications are there. Like you can use LLM banks. Have you specifically for LLM, right?
Yeah, LLM, correct.
So many are there. Now, if you go to our YouTube, also you will find a lot of solutions we have provided. LLM and so many things are there. We have our sites. This is specifically we have created for A. We will be able to find it. See here, the playlist. If you go to the playlist, you see that A pen testing R&D for like my LLM bank, LLM prompt attacks, Medusa A LLM, and then this is the Kontra. I think these are like older one which we have, whatever we have published, and then Hack Merlin. All this series contains lot of levels, 7 or many things like that.
Yeah, it's very good. I'll check then.
Yeah, here Portsville Labs also we have code, and then immersive GPT and Gandalf. All these things we have given. You can check it out. Yeah. So if you have any doubt also, you can connect with me. We'll ready to explain to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So is anybody having any doubts here? You can. I will copy this and paste it in the chat so that everyone will be able to try it out. Okay. Okay, I just posted the link. You can practice by yourself, and if you have any doubt, just now ping me on WhatsApp. We can discuss further. So this is the basic things. From there, we will be move for the next level. So if anyone has any doubts, just let us know. Otherwise, we can wrap up this call. Anybody have any doubts? All good. Okay. So thank you. Thanks everyone for joining the call. So we will see with some interesting topics in our next session. Thank you and bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.